Hi everyone, happy Friday. So right off the bat, I'm going to be talking for a few minutes, probably the first, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes of this video, maybe less. I'm going to put a jump in the description to the very first book, so if you don't want to hear about my color along for September or anything like that, then feel free to use that. Just want to put that out there. But it is related to this flip through, which is why I'm going to talk about it. I realized I hadn't done a color along in a while. Oh, real quick too, if you haven't seen my community post, the new release of the Jade Summer first ever color by number book, I'm going to have to put off till middle of next week. On Wednesday, I received a notice that it would be delayed till the following Wednesday, which is the 2nd, I think. This isn't a postal service issue, this is an Amazon issue because they haven't even shipped the book out, which makes me think they're having... Hi Bagheera, what's the matter? What's the matter, bud? Anyway, sorry, you'll probably hear him yelling in the background. I don't know what he wants, what he's hollering about, but I don't know if they're having delays in their printing of their Amazon books because this is an Amazon printed book, so not real sure. This has nothing to do with the Jade Summer team. They've got the book out and everything. This is, like I said, all on Amazon. So if you are ordering Amazon printed books, I'd be curious to know if you're seeing similar delays. So anyway, that out of the way. I was trying to think of how I wanted to start my collection flip throughs. If you haven't seen my last few flip throughs, I'm really trying to put the hammer down on not purchasing any new coloring books for a while. I haven't been 100% successful, but I've actually not done too bad. The Jade Summer book, and there's a pre-order for a color by number in September. That's a George Faxis, I believe. And then I did get the most recent edition of Mystery Colors through eBay. It was like a jungle edition. So, still not bad, I guess, in the grand scheme of things. But we're going to continue that. We're going to continue on with that. And so, I want to start featuring my collection in the Flip Through Fridays. Well, I wasn't ready last Friday because I didn't know how we were going to... I knew I wanted to do themes because that, like... I think it was mostly people really didn't mind whether I just grabbed random books off the shelf or did themes. But I wanted to try to do themes for the most part. And I was trying to think of how I wanted to kick this off. Well, I again said I hadn't done a color along in a while. And I was thinking about doing one, and then Samantha Oswald, had commented on the Christmas Cats flip through that she'd like to see me do some of Sarnat's pictures, like with gel pens, and that kind of sealed it for me. We're going to try this. We know how things go for me. We're going to try this color along. So today I am not only doing a flip through Friday, but I am also announcing a color along for September. Is going to be Sarnat September 2020, and we are going to feature the books of Marjorie Sarnat, which may not necessarily be Creative Haven books. I do have one of her books that's not a actual Creative Haven book. So yeah, feel free. I'll have the hashtag in the description. Feel free to use that on Instagram, on Facebook, across all different social media. At the end of the month, depending on the participation, I will probably do a video featuring anybody that has used that hashtag this month and has colored one of her pictures. So if you'd like to be included in that, again, please be sure to use the hashtag and we will do so. What is your deal, buddy? What's the... what? Wow. 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 I don't know why he's doing that howling. Anyway, so Marjorie Sarnat. She is one of my favorite artists. When I first started coloring, I was coloring out of a lot of her books to start, and then as I continued to get more of her books, I started getting intimidated by her work. As much as I love it, it is detailed, and I kept getting her books, but I stopped coloring in them as much. And this is a great challenge for me because it allows me to actually get into these books that I have, really enjoy her work, try some different mediums with it, and kind of show you guys how those work in these books. And again, just really feature her art, because her art's one of the things that really got me into coloring to start with. So I feel like I need to give her some YouTube love and some color along love. So that's what we're going to do this month. Now, I have quite a few of her books. I think I have 15. You saw Christmas Cats last Friday. I'm not going to do another flip through of that. I'm just going to put that in my new playlist, which is going to be my 2020 coloring book collection. And so you feel free to go back and see that. That's going to be a part of this. But for the next month, probably all the flip through Fridays will have her different books. We'll do about 4 a week. So that way you guys get to see them all. And I think I might be missing 1 or 2 of hers, but I have most of them. So anyway, we're going to start with what I deem to be her classics. These are the ones that I bought early on that, like I said, one of my very first completed picture that was all mostly colored pencil and I was super proud of was out of Creative Cats. Creative Cats here is actually one of the first books I bought, coloring books I bought. So these are some of the first ones I purchased from her and that I probably colored the most in. So we are going to feature these today. These are a little bit older. You may not be as familiar with these. So let's get started. Finally, 7 minutes in. Oh my goodness. Let me zoom out too. There we go. Alright, so the very first book of hers that I purchased and I fell in love with was Creative Cats. And like I said, it was one of the first, it was probably one of the, it was definitely the first Creative Haven book I purchased. And what I'm going to say about all the Creative Haven books right off the bat, so I'm not going to repeat myself with, I'll do it at the start of every video, but I won't repeat myself with every book. The Creative Haven books are a series of books by Dover Publishing that are considered their adult coloring book series. They typically have 31 images. If they're not colored by number, those have more. But they typically have 31 images. They are single-sided perforated paper with white backing. They do print their own books. And the paper's mid-quality. I mean, there's only been 1 or 2 things I've tried with it that I haven't particularly liked, but for the most part it does great with wet or dry mediums. So anyway, we're gonna start with a flip through on this book, and then there's a page missing from this book, and at the end I'm going to show you the colored page I did, because back then I was taking pictures out of the books and I regret doing that now. But over 30 Creative Cat designs to color. Again, I think this is roughly 31. This is a little bit older book. You'll see that in a minute. Now some of these are messy and have been well loved. The Creative Haven books also have like a colored inspiration page on the front. Hang on. Trying to get away from the shininess. There we go. They have a kind of inspiration completed page in the front and in the back. And this picture is what's missing from the book, and this is the one I colored that I'll show you guys at the end. So there is the title page, the copyright page with the little paragraph that comes with it, usually that talks about the book itself. You can tell down here I played around with some different stuff. So alright, this was published in 2015, so says it was manufactured in 2016. So anyway, let's get started. So again, I love her art. It is very free-flowing, lots of curved lines, dark lines for her line art. But she also throws in a lot of abstract design into her pictures. And this is usually what the abstract and the little details is usually what I struggle with, because I want to color all these little bits and pieces all differently, and you don't have to. I could color this entire inner tube one color if I wanted to. And so again, this is why I wanted to do this color along this month, because this gives me the ability to actually get in here and try some different things with these pages. So, and maybe by the end of the month I will feel more comfortable with coloring in her books, because like I said, I love her art a lot. She does also mix in, sometimes you will see some of the animals, especially in her animal books, you'll see some of the animals from her other books kind of mixed into a few of the pages here and there. She does have a lot of like flowers and butterflies in her art. Like here you can see there's actually owls in here. And this is where Sam's pretty spot on with gel pens, because gel pens would be a great tool for these books, for a lot of these little nooks and crannies. Your fine liners and your gel pens would work really well if you get into the details. Now, like I said, you could just color these solid blocks if you want to. And I would like to try, like I said, I would like to try to stretch myself a bit, so to speak, coloring this month, and teach myself to be okay with not filling in every single detail. It doesn't have to be that way. Hi, Sid. Sid's been feeling a little under the weather the last few days. That one's pretty. She's on the mend, but I don't know, y'all. It's like I get one cat well, and then so this says, if I only have 9 lives, let me spend them all with you. Aw. It's like got 9 in there. And then this is one where you could do like different colors and in the different blocks. I've seen some really beautiful versions of this picture in particular. And this one too. I would like to do at least one on camera from either Creative Cats or Creative Kittens. We'll have to see which one we go with, because I do want to make sure I get her other books. I mean, this is Kits and Caboodles, so I'm sure you wouldn't actually be shocked at the idea of me doing a cat related picture on camera, but she does have other art besides cats. There's that one. And there's the back page. Now, I have to show you this separately because it's actually in a frame. Now, I'll probably never get it back up on the wall. But here is that picture. Oh, wow, that frame wasn't hardly on there at all. That's funny. Anyway, okay. Well, that's good to know. So here's this picture. I would say it was done with Prismacolors. The back was, I think, the Playful Purple Bic not Sharpie, but Bic marking marker. Everything else was Prisma. Like, I even did the little details in colored pencil, which turned out great, but it was also like, oh my gosh, it took a long time. And I used a little bit of a Posca pen. But to this day, I still love this picture. It is... That was back when I was just getting started with blending, and I spent so much time on this picture because I had to get it, quote, right. And I mean, it turned out beautiful for sure. But yeah, I'm gonna have to fiddle with that frame. Can't believe it came loose that easily. Shouldn't have. Huh. Okay. Well, we'll look at it later. Anyway, that is Creative Cats. Then we have Creative Kittens. There's the front and the back. This one should go, the others should go a little faster. This one also has a page missing that I completed. So here's the front. You can see I was trying some different stuff here on the front. Title page, copyright. There's definitely some bleed through, so if you're going to use marker or any sort of wet medium, even with pencils, because of the pressure, I'm heavy pressure, I usually put like a blotter page behind here. So, and this one was from 2017, so. It's super cute. I believe most of her pictures do have a frame around them, which I like. That gives you a good stopping point when you're doing backgrounds and such. I love this picture. I don't know. This might be one of the pictures this month. Upcoming month. But I'm going to try to use all kinds of different things. Like, we'll use some marker, pencil. I know the Arteza Real Brush pens do well in these. Might try some watercolor. I did just get the Arteza watercolor pencils, so we might try some of those as well. So we'll try some different stuff. In the Creative Haven books, I have also used like, well, I've used watercolor, I've used distress inks. I've used quite a bit in these books, and I really like this picture too. It all seems to do really well, so. I don't know. This one looks like a lot of fun too. So what we might do is, each week we do the flip through. Like the following Monday, I might grab a picture from one of the books in the group that I featured, and then we tackle that one. And they may not be entirely marker. My suspicion is most of these will be a combination of mediums. So we'll probably have some marker and some pencil and some gel pen. That one's cute. See, I like that one too, though. I don't know, right now there's quite a few pictures in here I'd like to tackle. Now I'd like to also color some off camera, but we will have to see on that one. I think she also has some PDFs available on her website. Oh, this is where I tore out the page that the perforation didn't work so well with. I've seen some cute versions of this one. She does a lot of time have puns in her books, which I like. like Casablanca. And the director's Fellini. There's the little ballerina from the title page. Yeah, I got quite a few in here I really like. But I also kind of want to color out of one of the others too, because I haven't colored a official picture out of it yet as far as I know. So I think I have a whip in it, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. That's pretty too. Now here is the one I tore out that I completed. This was, oh my goodness, May of 2018. This was right after I started coloring. I had just got my Cali art markers and was using those on quite a bit of the picture. I also used some Tombos to outline and then do like a watercolor kind of wash. There you go. There's gel pens in here. I also used some Faber-Castell Polychromos in here, which I wasn't as big a fan of those as I am for the Prismacolors and on this paper, so, but it still turned out really cute. So there is Creative Kittens. Then we have the Owls coloring book. Let me show you the back. Get a drink of coffee while we're doing this. Oh, I don't think I showed you. There was the inspiration picture from the Kittens one, which is with the teacups. I've seen some real cute ones of that one as well. All right. We have Owls. And this is actually from 2015 as well. I like how that one's actually got some planets, little mini planets in the picture. And that one's a bit of, thinks of himself, I guess, as a bit of a writer. I have seen some people who, I guess, like the details do overwhelm them. I have seen some people take and like black out some of the background and then thus some of the little bits and pieces that are there. We might try that as well. I kind of hate to do that because I feel like it takes away from the artist's work, but I do understand why people do that as well, and there have been some really pretty pictures as a result of that too. So, because I'm also a big it's your coloring book, do what you want kind of thing too. So he's trying to hide amongst the nesting dolls and the nesting owls. And this one is King Owl or Queen Owl. See, I like this one a lot too. I like that one, but I like this one too. Some of the things I've noticed in her books is a couple of the pages almost look, here's your money, owl, Looks like I had a little bit of smearing. This is actually where the page I colored in was at, and it looks like I had a little smearing from my page, but that's okay. That looks like that would be easily fixable. Owl in the money tree. I don't know if that means he's the money owl or not. This one's pretty cool too. Night owl soap, hoot oil, feather potion. This one and the cat that kind of has that steampunk look would be good to do side by side. That was what I was going to say, is a lot of these pictures, if you look at them, sometimes they're right next to each other in the books. They almost look like they would be really good companion pictures, so if you wanted to take them out and frame them. Those look like the Mahjong, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, tiles. I kind of like that one too. That might be a good off-camera picture. Whatever you can do or dream you can, begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. By Goth? I don't know. Here's one with a kitty and an owl, which is real pretty. I like that one as well. See, going through these is so tough. I like the ones that feature like planets and galaxies and stuff I tend to be really drawn to those. And little sweethearts. And that one's cool too, with the little like castle in the tree. Those kind of creepy, having all those different owls staring at you from the picture. Okay, so here's the one I did also in 2018. This was also in Prismacolor pencils, and this was my first experience with using too much pressure and smudging the pencils. I had a lot of problems with that, and it drove me crazy. This picture did not turn out to quite be my favorite, but it still turned out really nice. And I have it in the plastic still because I can't remember if I sprayed it with fixative, and I need to do that for sure before I take it out so it doesn't get over everything. So I'm hearing dinging. Why is everything dinging? There is the back of that, by the way. Oh, what? Oh, I don't know if y'all heard that or not. Sorry. Okay, that was owls. And finally, we have Fanciful Foxes. Alrighty. Here we go. This one is from 2016, and here is a rare freeform without a border on it here. I think I noted in the Christmas Cats book she had done that too, and I like seeing those every now and then. She does mix it up a bit. I think that's the one from this page, isn't it? Yep. She does tend to mix it up a bit every now and then, which I appreciate. Here's some owls dropping in to say hello, and a peacock, and a whole lot of different animals. Now this one doesn't seem like it has as busy a backgrounds as some of the others, so that might be appealing to some of you who, you know, the backgrounds may just be too overwhelming. So I like that one. See, I was thinking of picking one from this book because I don't have a completed picture from this one yet, and there's some I really like this one. I like that one a lot. This is what one I was working on. It's actually an abandoned whip. It was for a color along. It was coloring in like a circle and then the rest of it being a series of grays. Now, one of these days I may come back and finish this because there really wasn't that much left, and then I could do the rest of it in grays. And I can't remember what the color along was. But yeah, no, it wouldn't take much trouble at all to finish that one. So maybe I'll do that as well. And here are the foxes swimming, I guess, with the dolphins. That one's pretty. Uh-oh, I feel a sneeze coming on. Yeah, this one doesn't feel, well, this one doesn't feel quite as busy, and where it has details, it's not a whole lot of different details. It's just like here you have the same designs throughout, even though it doesn't have just a plain background. So, if that makes any sense. Hopefully that makes sense. Aww. Kiss some foxes. Best friends forever. I've seen a lot of people do this picture and do beautiful things with it. It's kind of like a fox mandala there in the background. Here's another steampunky picture. Oh, there really is a fox mandala there. Look at that. I like the two in the middle too. That might be a fun one to do. Though I do like the nighttime scene here. I don't know, guys. I'll have to really think on this one. Believe she has a dog's one, maybe, and I don't have that one. Yeah, Dazzling Dogs, maybe. I had that one at one point. I don't think I have it anymore. So there's a dog's one out there as well. I might link that in the description just so if you guys want to go take a look at it. It's odd I don't have that one. But I like them in the tree with the little frogs. That's pretty cool. This one might be good with like straight color, but using different types of browns on the actual tree itself, on the different lines. I don't know. And then here's an example of that one in the back. That almost has like a watercolor feel around the edges, and that's really cool. Alright, so we've covered some of her animal related books. I definitely have more, but this is what we're going to go through this week. My plan is to pick a picture from one of these books for the color and chat. I'm going to do a completed pages on, that sounded ominous, on, I don't know, Sunday or Monday, and then I'll do the color and chat afterwards. So we may just pick a cutoff for my completed pages, and then anything I actually still color in quote August at the very end, we'll just roll to September. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed. Looking forward to the color along this month. I don't know how many pictures we will be doing on camera, but I definitely want to do at least a couple, and then maybe at least a couple offline or off camera as well. So looking forward to it. Hope you guys are too, and I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.